The NBA regular season is about to get underway. And here at 2K Sports, we couldn't be happier. Hi, everyone. This is Kevin Harlan. Joining me in the booth, as always, Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. The Chicago Bulls here to defend the home court, playing host to the Western Conference. And the Bulls start out with the ball. Looking at the starting five for the Phoenix Suns. Bledsoe is joined in the backcourt by Dragic. Inside, it's Morris and Plumlee. And it's Tucker in at the 3 slot. Rose kicks to Gasol. The shot by Butler, nobody around. Drains the three-pointer. Butler's got the first 3 points of the night up on the board for the Bulls. For Chicago, they won their last contest, that game against the Denver Nuggets.
Yeah, it didn't seem to be much of a challenge for them in that game. It seemed like they scored at will. Not much defense that they were facing.
Yep, they had the defense on its heels early the entire game, and actually nearly the entire game, and no matter what unit was out there, looked like a mismatch to me.
Here's Rose after the Suns pick up 2. Kicks it to Dunleavy. Gasol, a screen on Dragic. Shoots off the screen. And it comes off the front of the rim.
What was the defense doing there? I mean, he is not the guy to give an open look to, and yet they got away with it.
Like all good teams in the West, the Suns were very strong against the East. 20 wins and only 10 losses for them on the year.
They get it back. Gasol's in the post. Morris is there. Rose kicks to Butler. Gasol, a screen on Dragic. Here's Butler. And he gets the shot to fall after coming off the pick. Butler's got 5 points so far.
That's just a case of 2 teammates working perfectly together. One setting the screen and the other using it to get that separation.
And it's Bledsoe off the drive. Good ball movement here by the Suns. Plumlee dishes to Dragic. 5 on the clock. Lets it go from 14.
The shots aren't dropping yet. They've missed 4 of their first 5 shots.
The shot by Butler, nobody around. It's good. This time the assist from Rose.
That was simply a defensive breakdown there, Kevin. He was all alone for that shot. It was a warm-up jumper.
There's the pick. And it's Bledsoe off the drive. It's blocked. Rose against Dragic. Gasol setting the pick for Rose. Right wing. Left side Gasol. From 17 feet out. And the jumper falls for him. Gasol's got his first 2 points of the night. And we may have an injury here that does not look good.
So tough to see a player go down with an injury like this.
Yeah, it really is, Steve. It's just one of those things, though. You've seen it happen before as well. And you can tell whatever it is painful for him.
And the Suns making a change here. Thomas is checked in. A nice shot by Tucker.
Jeff Hornacek, who was the 46th pick back in 1986 and the 16th head coach in Suns franchise history. He surprised some people when he was named the Suns head coach, but he quickly proved himself and actually came in second for Coach of the Year after a terrific season.
And so here's Phoenix following the miss by Derrick Rose. Dragic with a wide open look. Misses off the right iron. The Bulls leading by 6. Rose kicks to Dunleavy. Over in the corner, Rose. Wing shot on the way. Rose with another miss. And Coach Hornacek started as a special assistant in Utah, working on shooting skills with guys like Andre Kirilenko, Kyle Korver, and Wes Matthews.
Korver and Matthews really have become lasers as shooters. And, you know, Hornacek, after that work, went on to become an assistant coach in Utah for a couple of seasons. And some coaching turmoil in Phoenix prior to his arrival, but boy, he's settled in there nicely.
So Chicago ends up going with the new group. And the Suns here with a different look. Lenz checked in for Miles Plumlee. Morris comes in for Morris. Warren's checked in for P.J. Tucker. And it's Green in for Goran Dragic. There's the lob to the hoop. And Green slams it in.
Maybe that'll ignite him. I mean, impossible not to get pumped up after that. At least I think that would be the case.
Well, you can see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are. Look at them. They are pumped up.
Yeah, they're geeked.
That's what those alley-oops do, though.
And it's the Bulls with the ball. The Suns getting the bucket. Snell, the pass to Heinrich. Looking for Gibson. He gets it there. It's Chicago with another bucket. There's 39 seconds left to play here in the first. Thomas kicks to Len. Len sets a screen for Green. Offensive rebound, and good on the basket. Book it.
You got to put bodies on the glass right there. They just are not getting it done on the boards.
Yeah, they've got to do a much better job of going harder than that to the glass.
Now here's Heinrich. Looking for his first basket still in this one. Pass to Snell. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. 6 to shoot. Heinrich from outside. No good. There's the buzzer.
This Friday, October 17th, Dirk Nowitzki and the Dallas Mavericks take on LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers. Live from Quicken Loans Arena. Be there.
And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. You guys, what's your take on the Bulls so far?
And I'm just so impressed with the long-range shooting. They have really lit it up from outside.
Yeah, the sharp shooting from deep, a big part of their lead, and they're playing with confidence and shooting it well.
On the court for the Suns, Warren is out there with Marcus Morris. Then there's Gerald Green, and there's Anthony Tolliver, and it's Thomas in at the 1. Baseline try. Here's Tolliver. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
8 of the last 10 points at that end of the court have been scored on very high percentage shots in the paint.
Yeah, and it's not necessarily strategic, Clark. It's just a matter of playing with more heart. Got to play hard, guys.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Joakim Noah's checked in for Mirotic. Dunleavy comes in for McDermott, and it's Rose in for Kirk Heinrich. Okay, time now for an injury report. Let's get an update on Bledsoe. What's the status there, Doris?
Guys, I was able to talk with the head athletic trainer of the Phoenix Suns about his status. A very somber tone over here on the sideline, guys. It does not look to be good news at all. A discouraging development for this team so early in the season. We'll see what kind of impact it has on them in the long term, guys.
Doris, thanks for the update, guys. It doesn't sound good.
No, it doesn't, and unfortunately, you can't afford to dwell on it. I mean, you've got to come up with another plan and move forward.
And that's not easy to do, guys, because it's very emotional for everybody on the team to see him go down. But you're right, Clark. I mean, they've got to figure it out and move on.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to Doris Burke for an update. Hi, Doris.
Well, Kevin, the Suns bringing in Isaiah Thomas this summer. Coach Jeff Hornacek said, quote, Isaiah is another guy who can create a lot of things for us. We want to push the pace and keep it going for all 48 minutes. Who knows? Maybe I'll pull a little Don Nelson and put 3 point guards out there at once. Guys, that'd be fun to see.
They love players who can create in the pick and roll, Doris. He fits.
Well, the lead should be safe if they keep shooting like this.
Well, they're on fire. I mean, they're absolutely on target and looking to pad that scoring total, too.
The Suns making a switch here. Plumlee's checked in. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Bulls.
Well, I'll tell you what, they must have had a good shoot-around because they've been fantastic from long range so far, fellas.
And they're sharing the ball, too, which I love. They're piling up the assist. We're seeing great offensive movement.
Now here's Dragic. Coming in off a 12-point game his last outing. Can't get it to go. Well, last year was a breakout one for the Phoenix guard, Goran Dragic. In his second season as a full-time starter, Steve, he truly elevated his game to all-star status.
Well, statistically, he was actually a top 10 player in the league. And more importantly, Kevin, he helped lead the Phoenix Suns to 47 wins, which nobody saw coming. So Dragic just with a monster year.
Thomas dishes to Dragic, Plumlee, and Gibson with the block. Chicago leading by 9. We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. The feed now to Dunleavy. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. Dunleavy's got his second bucket tonight.
Had so much space there, and the defense really not showing him the respect. You can see his eyes get wide.
And first time out of the game called for Phoenix. Tough loss coming against the Rockets in the last game they played.
They had major problems at the charity stripe in that game. It was interesting. They just could not make free throws.
Yeah, and that's frustrating to watch, especially on the road where your opportunities at the line tend to be a little more sparse than when you're at home. Boy, you've got to cash in on them.
Outside Rose, the dish to Butler. Noah with a screen on Dragic. Here's Rose, off target from the baseline.
He got the shot he wanted off that pick, just couldn't get it to fall.
But, Steve, they'll take that play all day long, 10 times out of 10. That was good action.
Now, here is Morris. And Thomas, here we go. And he gets it to go.
Boy, nice work inside. Tough to get that shot over a big defender like that.
No, that takes skill and creativity, Steve, particularly on the release to make sure he doesn't get a hand on it. You know, the Bulls' offense was not that great last year. As a matter of fact, they struggled to score. But when they did get to 100 points, they were one of the best teams in the league.
To the inside. And so it looks like the Suns will retain possession here.
Let's take a look at some of the numbers a year ago for Joakim Noah. 6th in rebounding. And his top 15 ranking in blocks tells you all you need to know about how difficult it was to score on him inside.
And, you know, in terms of his rebounds per game, Steve, it was really a special season for him. He was a tough, physical player on the low block.
Now here's Plumlee. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Now Thomas. He dishes it to Morris.
He's having a much tougher time here in the second. His shooting percentage is way down, and I think that's a function of the kinds of shots he's taking.
Gasol setting the pick for Rose. He kicks to Dunleavy. Pass to Gasol. Left side Gasol. And again, no good by Chicago. Tucker the pass to Thomas. He feeds it to Tucker. Launches it. That's in there. Thomas with the assist. Now just a 4-point Bulls lead. Outside Rose. Gasol, a screen on Thomas. The shot by Butler. Nobody around. Another miss, and they've really hit a rough patch here. And we're through 2 here and a good one. It's Chicago. They lead by 4. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Hey, Kevin, with Derrick Rose. Derrick, how does it feel to get back out there on the basketball floor here for the new season ahead?
It feels good, man, especially playing with my teammates. We have new teammates. We're just trying to come out here and just play hard and compete.
Great to have you back, Derrick. Kevin, back to you.
Thanks, Doris. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter started. The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game.
Suns having lots of trouble defending against Butler.
He has 8 points, and he's hit the mark twice from three-point range as well.
Well, it's no secret. I mean, the more points he can come up with from out there, the better off they'll be offensively with their spacing.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. So for Chicago right now, D. Rose and Jimmy Butler, the backcourt. Inside at the 4 and 5 are Gasol and Noah. And it's Dunleavy in at the small forward. Miles Plumlee, Steve, buried on the bench in his rookie season with Indiana. But the Suns saw something in him, and they would not sign off on the Luis Scola trade without Plumlee coming back in the deal.
Well, it was a good move on their part. Plumlee stepped into their starting center position, played very well. and has a bright future, really, in Phoenix because he fits right into what they're trying to do.
I like the fact that he led his teammate right to the ideal spot. You don't always throw it to your teammate. You throw it to where he needs to be.
Here's Tucker, defended by Dunleavy. Thomas kicks it to Tucker. Plumlee dishes to Tucker. 5 to shoot. Rose against Thomas, and he gets the bucket. Thomas got 6.
And the Suns' top draft pick, Alex Len, dealt with ankle issues last season. That being the case, how big was Plumlee for them? I mean, he's a big-time glass eater inside and above-the-rim finisher to help force the D to collapse. He's a guy that I think has tremendous upside and is extremely athletic for a front-line player.
Here's Rose. Isaiah Thomas making his last shot. And the wing jumper offline.
Well, the shot was there for him, and he had to take it. I don't care if he didn't convert it. He's got to take that every time.
A 3-ball, and it will go, and the Bulls' lead is cut down to just 1 on the basket from Morris.
And Plumlee still working to expand his skill set, but you don't find many 7-footers who can uncork a 40-inch vertical leap. I mean, his athleticism sets him apart.
Now here's Rose. Lets it go from 11. That's good. And the Bulls lead by 3.
Well, he had that height separation there on the mid-range jump shot. Really good job of taking advantage of that.
Phoenix calls timeout.
Derrick Rose, born and raised on the south side of Chicago, now playing for his hometown Bulls. He even became a partner and endorser for Chicago's top deep dish pizza chain. He does represent this town.
And Phoenix making a change here. Len's checked in for Plumlee. Marcus Morris comes in for Markieff Morris. Warren's checked in for P.J. Tucker. And it's Gerald Green in for Isaiah Thomas. And Doris Burke has something for us. Hey, Doris.
Hi, Kevin. Well, as you know, Isaiah Thomas has had to work his whole life. He's been overlooked at nearly every level, but just uses it to fuel his play. As Thomas said, I just play my heart out. That's how I've known how to play since day one. I've always been the smallest guy on the court every time I've been on it. It's no different. I just like to play hard. Guys, back to you.
Not the biggest guy, but boy, he is quick, Doris. I think that's one of his advantages. You talk about Derrick Rose's culinary interest. He's looked to change his diet for the better.
Yeah, he needed to, Kevin, because, you know, he was a big fan of candy when he came into the league. It was kind of his vice. He said he would eat up to 2 pounds of candy in one sitting. I mean, that's just crazy. But he's hired a personal chef. He's eating better. He's taking care of his body. And it's important, obviously, as you get older and you're dealing with injuries.
Here's Snell, guarded by Green. McDermott, no one around him. Second chance shot, so he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
Kevin, a look here at how the Suns ranked in the NBA last season. 7th in scoring, 7th in steals, and they were a top 10 team in field goal shooting. Pretty impressive.
But I think the key stat for that club last year was points per game. They were in the top 10. That was really what they tried to do. That was how they tried to establish themselves each and every game. Get out, run, get good shots, and try to outscore the opponent.
Mirotic Clark, the first ever 2-time winner of the EuroLeague Rising Star Award. Certainly one of the most accomplished European prospects to enter the NBA in quite some time.
And you know, Kevin, his game has been compared to Dirk Nowitzki or Danilo Gallinari, and both of those guys are pretty versatile, high-quality, highly skilled players. So Mirotic, a stretch power forward with really good intangibles, too.
Now, here is Morris. That is good. Morris has got 5 points so far.
I like the offensive awareness to exploit that lack of coverage on that play.
Heinrich against Dragic. Out to the right wing. Snell, the pass to Heinrich. Now here's McDermott. He's guarded closely. Three-pointer. And Kirk Heinrich with the 3. Heinrich's got 5 points in the quarter.
And Mirotic, tremendously skilled for a player of his size, able to pass, handle, shoots it with range, and you know, I think he has the toughness to complement that skill level as well.
Here's Morris, and it's Phoenix scoring again.
Another good offensive possession for him. He's trying to shoulder the load here for his team.
The Bulls leading by 5. Heinrich outside. Off the screen. No luck. Dragic with some nice D. From deep, Green. And released it in time, but it's off the mark. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Bulls lead by 5. And coming up as soon as we return from break, the fourth quarter gets under.
This Friday night, October 17th, Kyle Lowry and the Toronto Raptors take on Kevin Durant and the Oklahoma City Thunder. Big-time hoops coming your way.
Chicago's gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. Setting the floor for the Suns. Anthony Tolliver out there with Miles Plumlee. Then it's Isaiah Thomas. Then it's Green. And it's Tucker in at the 3 spot. And here is Thomas. Plumlee sets the pick for Thomas. And Plumlee kicks to Green. Nice ball movement by Phoenix. Plumlee dishes to Green. 6 on the shot clock. Elbow shot. That's good. Green's got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for the Suns. Chicago leading by 3. Outside Rose. Gasol, a screen on Thomas. Rose gets a wide open look. A picture-perfect screenplay, and the jumper's good.
Well, they haven't gotten much production from him, but they remain in the lead.
Green kicks to Thomas. Back to Green. Out to the right wing. Passes it to Tolliver. Green against Butler. The drive by Green, and he gets it to go.
Seems like they're on their heels every time defensively because the ball continues to go into the post.
Well, if they don't pick up the aggression, things are only going to get worse.
Thomas against Rose. Feeds to Gasol. It's hauled in by the Suns. Tolliver's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Plumlee the pass to Tucker. Plumlee dishes to Thomas. Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. Green kicks to Tolliver. The Suns need to get a shot off. Again, the miss by Green.
Well, he hasn't had much success shooting the ball, but it's not too late for him to get it turned around and start contributing.
Here's Noah. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. And the Bulls lead by 5.
Well, and the bounce pass was the key to the play.
And the Suns call time.
But he looks like he wants to toy around with some of their sets and matchups here.
You know, I don't think you can afford to go through a whole game doing the same thing over and over, and you have to be able to adjust on the fly, just like he's doing here.
Markieff Morris is checked in for the Suns. Dragic comes in for Isaiah Thomas. Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
I was able to listen in on what Jeff Hornacek had to say to his team. They've been getting torched with all these shots from long range, and he simply said, we can't lose track of their shooters, guys. We're over-helping inside, and it's leaving them wide open. Can they make the adjustment, guys?
Dunleavy kicks to Butler.
2 minutes.
Gasol with it. Working on Plumlee. Gasol, no good.
Surprisingly, he hasn't really been a big part of their offense. I don't think he ever got into a rhythm.
And it will go, and the Bulls' lead is cut to just 3 points on the basket from Dragic.
That was the 3rd straight high-percentage look this defense has allowed. I mean, these defenders have got to start bumping bodies in the paint. Be more physical, be more aggressive.
I agree, Clark, but it doesn't look like they have the will to do that at this moment.
Noah with a screen for Butler. To the right side. Near the three-point line, it's Dunleavy. Drops one in from the wing. timeout called. The Suns, they trail by 5. There's a minute 34 left here in the fourth quarter. Butler against Dragic. Back to Green. A minute 20 left in the fourth quarter of this one. To the left wing. Here's Tucker. Here's Plumlee. And that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
Boy, he crashed the boards with purpose right there. Well-deserved second chance points for him.
Outside Rose. Noah with a screen for Rose. Good!
How about that screen by Noah?
There's 57 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Outside Green. Up top, Dragic. Another miss by Dragic. And that's an intentional foul. Isaiah Thomas is checked in for Phoenix.
That's his first personal foul.
The Bulls have gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth.
Isaiah Thomas.
Rose against Thomas. Rose passes to Dunleavy. Looking for Gasol. He gets it there. Clock at 6. Rose kicks to Dunleavy.
Suns foul. Miles Plumlee. That's his second personal foul.
First free throw is good, and that increases their lead to 6. And so he drops them both. It's a 7-point game.
The free throws go down and the lead goes up.
And the Suns call time here. They're losing by 7. 17 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what's your take?
Well, never say never, I guess. They just have no quit in them.
And I think you have to respect that attitude and approach. I know most teams would have called it a game already.
And so it's Chicago winning this one. They pulled off this win, Clark, with respectable performances on both ends of the floor.
Yeah, I think it was just really a nice overall effort, Kevin.
And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Pal, this win was punctuated by some quality defensive plays. How important is the defensive execution to your success?
Well, defense got to be always our motor. You know, if we get some stops, we're doing a good job defensively, everything will be okay from that point on. So we just got to continue to emphasize our defense.
Thank you so much. Back to you guys at the table.
All right, Doris, thank you. And for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for tuning in to the NBA on 2K Sports. Now, our Jordan player of the game, Mike Dunleavy.